AU, so it's kind of noisy outside, but we'll try to get this done. What I've got here is a second 10 kilo coin that I purchased. So I only own two 10 kilo coins, and this is the second one, and it's a goat. We'll get into this. So I'm actually in the process of selling this coin. So what I wanted to do, in my last video I asked people what their pros and cons were on these 10 kilo pieces, and the cons tend to top out the same reasons basically. Some were speculating that it would be virtually impossible to sell a piece like this, and how could you lug such a large piece about? Who the hell is going to buy a piece like this? So I'll just break down why I purchased this, when I purchased it, and how easy it's been for me reselling it. This is from first-hand experience, not me just assuming it's going to be impossible. How the hell are you going to lug something like this around? So I'll break this down. We'll just take a look and I'll basically explain the process and how simple it was. So this piece was purchased as a quick flip large investment piece basically. So I had intentions of getting rid of this piece a lot sooner than later. I would be holding on to this piece for a little longer, but as I've mentioned before in another video, I also have a lot of art, and all the pieces that were set to do well have done well, and currently I've run into stumbling blocks as some pieces just need more time to mature basically. So I'm looking to other things to liquidate so I can reinvest back into metals. This has just came about as recently Perth have released their new releases for 2017, and I really do like them, so I should be gaining kind of heavy with them. So to get them, I'm going to be releasing this big piece, which I sold at a profit, and put it more into smaller sizes basically. So hopefully I'll collect more ounces, or just smaller sizes, more desirable sizes. I'll be getting an invoice soon for my 2-ounce roosters for the Proof 12-year set. So basically I just wanted to get everything ready. So this is a quick sell. I purchased this shortly after I purchased a 10 kilo horse. There was all the stamps on it. I picked this piece up for a little cheaper, or considerably cheaper. I got this piece at £15.39 an ounce. So that was $20.48 an ounce I picked this piece up for. So it was a lot cheaper. So some of the cons people were saying basically is they couldn't see who would buy a piece like this, and how would you go about selling a piece like this. I'll just tell you my process when I'm picking up a large piece like this. I mean, a lot of people will obviously do the same, but before buying something like this, when I'm speaking to dealers, one of the first things I'm asking them is, do you buy these back? And if so, what prices do you pay? So, and I do that with any big ticket item. So with that in mind, and handed with that information, all of the dealers that I was in contact with stated they would buy them back without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, I came across one dealer that basically offered to purchase back at spot if I was to purchase from them at the time. I was in conversations with a few dealers when I was out looking for the Dragon. So with that information at hand, I went along and purchased the other piece, and this piece because I saw potential in these. So, and the other con was individuals were saying, oh well, you've got a smaller pool of buyers to sell something this large to, and that is true, but also when I hear something like that, quality over quantity comes to mind, because you have a small pool of surefied pullers that will purchase a big ticket item that's stunning and exclusive, so you get less smaller time wasters basically. When selling this, I'm going the dealer route. I'm not going on the secondary market. I'm sure I could make a lot more money, but for me, the hassle-proof route is always going to be a dealer route. As long as I can make a small profit off my initial investment, I'm more than happy to sacrifice extra profit, basically. So just giving you a breakdown on this piece here. So with that in mind, going the dealer route, come time to sell this, I'll give you my breakdown basically. I didn't find it hard at all. From within my house, I'm in the UK. This was sold to a German dealer. I've gone on the phone to a number of dealers, basically, inquired on what kind of pricing they would give me for the piece, and they've stated that they would have no problems paying me. Well, 3 dealers offered me a price where I'll be making, I'd say, about another £200 sterling profit on top of my initial investment. And so 3 dealers had offered me that, and 2 offered to go halves on the shipping costs. So they'd send the UPS out to me, and which would cost €40 and would split the difference. So those were straight away. That was the default price. So coming back in, spot's relatively low at the moment, so I was getting about £200 sterling on top of what I paid. Another dealer I'd spoke with offered the same deal, but then also offered a sell on commission base. So basically, so they would sell and make a commission, and I told them my price, or I told them my minimum, and they'd find a buyer for me. So what I had done is give them my lowest price. I wanted a quick sale on this. I've got a lot of items I want to purchase coming in soon. So I gave them somewhat of a steal, but still made a nice handsome profit for my liking. So they wanted exclusivity for a week for this piece, so I've rang the dealer. Basically, they've told me what they would want, I've told them what I would want. They've asked for exclusivity for a week. The dealer's called me back the next day, and he offered me my minimum price. I ended up selling this piece on for £18.25 an ounce, $24.27. So I netted a small profit from the sale of this. The most important thing, it was hassle free. I mean, like I've already mentioned, I'm in the UK. This was sold to a German dealer, as the Germans have a more stronger collector's market out there. They're heavily invested into their numismatic pieces. The UK dealers, I mean, I know of one UK dealer that has this piece, and they've priced their piece correctly for the UK, but they still have their piece. So it would have been no pointless me calling a UK dealer, as it was even purchased from Germany. Just to mention again, a lot of dealers have these pieces as attraction pieces. So you'll find where somebody would think, who's going to buy them? Dealers themselves, on top of connoisseurs, collect these pieces as they stand like sitting celebrities for their stalls. People take pictures with them, people come in and ooh and ah at them. These pieces, believe it or not, are highly desirable. So to assume no one's going to purchase them, you're very wrong. I mean, it took me under 20 minutes to have this piece sold. No work on my end. I'm to print up a UPS label, print out the invoice, UPS will come and pick it up, gone. And I've netted, I'd say once the smoke clears, £900 sterling basically is the profit I make off a piece like this, and that's more than acceptable for me. I'm more than happy with that. So I just wanted to break down my exit plan on this piece in process. What I'm going to do is I'll release this video once I've received payment, so that'll just be confirmation that everything went smooth and as it's going to be basically. So the dealer will be receiving this piece, they're arranging insured pickup and delivery to themselves, and then will wire me the funds within a day or same day. So it was as easy as 1, 2, 3. So I just wanted to give people who were thinking it was physically impossible, who you're going to sell it to. These are highly desirable coins. They sell out every year. It's the creme de la creme in anybody's stack or corner. They're mass produced and they still sell very well. They have a very strong collector's market. So I just wanted to give some idea of how simple it was for me. I'm putting it in motion, so I'm not assuming. I couldn't imagine how hard it must be. I've done it. I purchased it knowing that I could resell this at an earlier date. I would have wanted to hold this for longer, but I'm more than happy converting metal to get either more ounces or smaller sizes just as strong. So, you know what I mean, any questions would be great. I know, did you think any stumbling blocks? If I'd gone the secondary market route, i.e. eBay, it would involve more footwork, but I'm sure I could get a lot more. I could strangle out a lot more from the dealer also, but I was very fair with my price, and they was very fair with their offer, plus handling all conditions on their end. So I'm more than happy with that. So any questions, any ideas, or anything you want to put forward, let me know. It'd be greatly appreciated if you subbed if you haven't, and I'll catch you guys on the rebound.